Today I'm gonna make madeleines. Hi. So I started melting 2 sticks of butter, which is half a cup. And it's a pretty easy cookie. It only takes 8 minutes to 10 minutes to bake, and it's so easy to make. So let's go over here. All our butter is melting. I'm cracking 6 eggs. I'm gonna whisk them. And I like making this cookie because there's no creaming process involved. It's like making tiny little pancakes. And that's why they're so good. They're so yummy. Okay, so we have our 6 eggs. I'm gonna add 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna turn it off. See? Butter's bubbling away. That's what we want. You want it bubbly. You might want to do it slow, like on a low heat if you're not used to melting butter. So I'm going to whisk in our sugar and eggs. And I'm going to add, this is a traditional recipe, 1 tablespoon of honey. You can flavor this with, you can also melt it in the butter if your honey's too stiff. So my house is pretty warm, so you can flavor it with vanilla, almond powder, but almond oil. But I like lemon zest. Traditionally, this is what is used, and I really like it. And I like the smell that it gives. It's such a natural smell. I like it better than vanilla. You can also use 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla, and that will make you vanilla. But I really like the lemon. Okay, and that's it. And let me add. Okay, let me give you a quick lesson on how to measure flour. I actually aerate the flour a little bit. I whisk it before I measure it. Then you get a better accurate measurement. So I'm going to use 2 cups of flour. And I also like this because you only make it in 1 bowl and you don't have to bring out your mixer or anything. I usually leave the mixer out, but because I use it a lot. But you don't have to. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so I'm going to add our 2 sticks of butter, or 1 cup of melted butter, and then just whisk this. And see how easy that is? That's so easy. And once I whisk it, I'm going to pour it into our molds. And I have 2 different types of molds. This one is the one I bought first. I thought the non-stick would be better. But you know what? It doesn't make a difference. And this one was like $22. I thought I wouldn't know much. And I don't remember how much this one was, but it's much less. And it also has these ridges that it's easier to hold on your oven rack. You know, this one, I don't like it. It was really hard. So don't buy this one. So I'm going to keep whisking and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I grabbed this stick of butter and I just kind of move it back and forth. And I also got this one at Williams Sonoma too. So they have 2 kinds. And I was confused. I bought both. I didn't know which one would work better. And I actually need it. I like to make a lot of things. So. Especially if the children need to take them to school. I can make like all of them in 1 batch. All those little ridges are covered with butter. And I just use my finger because then you get a better feel for it and see if they actually are covered with butter. Okay, so this is what I do. I just use a spoon and I put it in. You can also use a piping bag if you're a little more meticulous. But I'm not. I'm just lazy. I think it's easier to do it this way. I don't want to dirty any of this stuff. So 1 spoon is fine. And this reminds me of a pâte à choux, like a pastry batter. So yummy. I'm going to pop them in the oven at 400 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes until they're like fluffy. Let's talk about chocolate. And chocolate is delicate and luscious, and therefore should be treated that way. When I was 15, I burnt a lot of chocolate, and I seized it, and there was rules that you need to follow, and I wish somebody would have told me. First of all, your bowl has to be completely clean. If there's 1 drop of water in there, your chocolate will seize, will get hard. And I ruined so many batches of this not knowing this. And there is a ratio you can add liquid to this, so to your chocolate. But we're not going to go over this because we're just trying to melt it right now. And come with me and I'll just keep showing you more secrets. Okay, you do not need to buy a double boiler. Okay, so forget that expense. boil your water. Once it comes to a boil, and that means bubbles all around. Once it's boiled, turn it down to simmer. That means slow bubbles all around. And mine is at simmer because I was boiling. Make sure your bowl does not touch the water. So there's just a little bit of water in there. Not too much, just a little bit. Because if the water touches the bowl, it's like boiling your chocolate. So we're just using that gentle steam to melt it. Okay? So let's begin. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, my thing makes a little bit of sound. And I'm going to begin with 1 cup of chocolate. Okay, lesson on chocolate tip. This is Ghirardelli. I love Ghirardelli. It has a robust flavor, and it's 60%. You can use Nestle, but I want to use the chocolate chips because if you do use the chocolate chips have this like kind of powder that makes it a little bit rough to melt your chocolate, and you don't get that really silky feel that you want. Okay, so let's measure a cup. Okay, another secret about chocolate I'm going to show you. There's I don't know if you ever tried Lindor. I'm sure you have because everybody has. And it has a really like silky texture in your mouth. And what happened was that the chocolatier made a mistake. He left the chocolate machine on and went home for the day. And when he came back the next morning, he thought all the chocolate was ruined. But when he actually tasted the chocolate, it was super silky. So if you keep whisking your chocolate, it will taste really soft and luscious. And this is what I use to my Ghirardelli. Make it the mouth feel of Lindor, which I love. But I don't like it. I don't think it's robust enough for me. But I like Ghirardelli, and it's pretty. You can even find it at Target now, so it's pretty cheap now. And so don't use Nestle. Hershey's. I didn't grow up here, so I don't have that palate for Hershey's because it does have like a little. They use a little curdled milk, and I can taste it, and I don't really like it. But that's what I began using when I was younger. But this is your taste buds develop, and use whatever you like. If you do like Hershey's, use Hershey's. But I really like this. And if you try it and you dip in your mandolin oreos, you're gonna love them. So follow my tip. Okay, so we're at low heat, and I just keep whisking. Look how shiny my chocolate has gotten. That's what you want. See, that's what I'm whisking. Make it more delicious. So after our chocolate has melted, I'm gonna temper it. And tempering means bringing it down to a certain temperature. And this is the easiest way that I know how to do it. I'm not gonna show you any other way because this is the easiest one. So I'll grab some chocolate chips and add it to my melted chocolate. And that's gonna bring your temperature down. And this is also gonna prevent your chocolate from turning like kind of like grayish color, like this. So that's it. Easy they come out. They come out pretty easy. This is pretty cool stuff. Okay, I'm gonna dip them into chocolate. And I have some parchment paper here. I remember when I first moved to the US, I could not find parchment paper anywhere. Now they even have it at Costco. I'm gonna, since it's Valentine's, I'm gonna add some art sprinkles. And you can add whichever holiday you're into right now. And I'm gonna pop them in here once they cool, and so give them to kids at school. And you can give them to your friends, for Valentine's, whoever. Aren't they cute? And that's it. I'm gonna let them cool, and hopefully you enjoy it. And make sure you subscribe and like Mommy Says Chef on Facebook. Thank you so much.